I wrote down some stats because I want to get this off of my chest before we get going here.
Go ahead, Fitz.
This is good for you. You should have been the NFL MVP in 2014. And I tell people this all the time. I played 17 years, 9 teams. It was the best individual season I ever saw. And it wasn't even close. 20 and a half sacks, 5 touchdowns, 29 tackles for loss, 51 QB hits, 10 passes defended, 5 fumble recoveries, 4 forced fumbles, and an interception. Like, I don't know what else you could have done that year, dude. It was awesome. So every time he would, like, on third down, they would play Turn Down for What.
Yep.
And it became the anthem in that stadium. You're an absolute legend.
I appreciate it. I am on record having said that I don't think it should ever go to anybody but a quarterback if we're going off of true value to a team. And I think that season actually, unfortunately, speaks to it. Because we missed the playoffs. I remember watching it on the big screen on the final game of the season after we finished the game to see, I think it was, we needed like the Ravens to lose or something for us to get in. And we didn't get in. And you know, MVP voters, like if you don't make the playoffs, they're not getting an MVP. That's just a fact. And I think that also speaks to it. Like I could put up a season like that and it's still, we couldn't get into the playoffs. So value is the word there in quarterback. Yep. It touches the ball every single play. He's always going to be the most valuable player. I think if you called it the best player in the NFL, then it's a different story.
Wow, that's a Booth answer right there, Fitz. That was a Booth answer right there.
I think he was saying, if I'm reading between the lines, if I don't get hurt that year and break my tibia late in the year, we win the Super Bowl.
I think that's what he said, Fitz. I think
no question. No question.
All right, let's move on from that. That's great. Awesome.
Listen, Fitz, you said you had the honor of playing with him. Well, I unfortunately had to play against him. And a couple of those times were down in Houston. So I know that song well because I started the playoffs with Andy Dalton in 11 in Houston, and maybe the craziest environment ever because that city was fired up about that Houston Texans defense. I mean, shoot, Arian Foster, all those guys at that time. That was a hell of a team. What I remember from that moment, Fitz, is, my young guy, Andy Dalton, first playoff touchdown pass wasn't to one of his own teammates. Unfortunately, it was to Mr. J.J. Watt. So he scored another touchdown besides the ones that you were throwing, Fitz.
It was a good day. I mean, Houston football.
That was the moment. That was it. Man. That started it all, baby.
It really was. It really was. That was like people always ask, what's the best moment of your career? When like that was truly the most fun moment ever because never been to the playoffs before, never won a playoff game before. And we kind of did it all in that day. And I got to play a big part in it. That was special, special stuff. We had some good battles. The Bengals and us, we have some history.
We do. There's no doubt about that.
So that game 1, Letterman jacket game 2. What I would say, I played against JJ too, okay? And there's 2 things I hated about JJ. One, and it was more so in practice, was batting down the balls. As a quarterback, there's nothing more frustrating. And that was a thing that you were really good at. And Kolar, of course, was really good at teaching it. But 2, I don't think I've ever asked you this. You're a very nice guy, but you were really mean. And there's 3 guys to me that would hit me that were like really mean and would hit me harder than they should. And Ndamukong Suh, Cameron Hayward, and you. But like, did you soften up as your career went on? Like, you're tackling a Patrick Mahomes? Like, are we really driving him into the ground as hard as we can? Because I literally remember it just hurt more than everybody else when you would hit me.
First of all, let me start with this and then let me come back to this. I've said this before. I've told you this before, but there's a game when you were playing in Buffalo, in Houston. I think I'm not kidding. I think I had 15 quarterback hits that game. And the final drive of the game was a 2-minute drive for you guys, and you were trying to get down to score. And I swear I hit you on like 7 plays in a row, 7 hits, but no sacks. And every single time I hit you, I was 100% convinced you were not going to get back up. I was like, okay, that was the one. And then you just pop the fuck up, dude. Like, oh my God, this guy is, dude. I after that game, I shook your hand and I hadn't had more respect for a quarterback than you popping up every single time like nothing happened. That was thoroughly impressive. So kudos to you for that. Back to your point, did I soften up over my career? It's really interesting you say that because Brock Purdy, the year after my final year. I played him in my final game, got him twice, lost the game.
Side note.
But a year after, I was interviewing him at the Super Bowl for CBS, and he came up to me after the interview and he said, "Hey man, I just want to let you know that everybody who asks what it was like to play against you, I tell them that you were one of the nicest people to sack me because you always rolled off to the side. You never really drove me into the ground or power." And I was like, I've never heard that before.
No.
I appreciate that.
So you did. Maybe it came with like fatherhood.
Maybe
that's
it
right.
softened up over time.